The boys are well and truly back in town. Algeria have qualified for FIFA World Cup 2026, getting the fifth World Cup participation. A huge sigh of relief. How are people worried about Somalia with respect? We're playing Somalia, one of the worst ranked FIFA nations in the world, who are not even playing their home game at home. They're playing their home game in Algeria. It was never in doubt, to be honest with you. And when you get a top class coach like Vladimir Petkovic, he knows exactly what he's doing. I said before the game, Riyad Mahrez will score in this game. He's done a lot more than that. He scored one. He assisted two. That is why Mahrez plays. That is why I'm always backing him. Stop coming on here and telling me Mahrez should be dropped, blah, blah, blah. He's the captain. While he's captain, he'll play every game. He's still our best player. 1 goal, 2 assists. You see Algeria when he comes off. What did Haj Musa do? The guy everyone's crying out for. If Boatnani came on, I wouldn't mind it. I much prefer Boatnani to Haj Musa. What did Haj Musa do? In fact, what did any of these guys do when they came on? What did Guiri do? What did Belali do? I mean, seriously. How many times have I got to come on here and repeat myself? Why is Belali still playing? He should not be here. Get him out. I do not want to see him at that World Cup. Get Belali out. Baghdad Bunja. What did Baghdad do? He should have had a hat-trick in the first half. He couldn't even win the ball in the air. Amora's goal, he couldn't even get to that in the air. Amora's a lot shorter than him. Even Amora managed to score a header today. Baghdad and Belali played that game because it was in Oran. That is the only reason why, because it's in the city where they're from. You can't go to the World Cup with Belali. Baghdad, maybe as your backup forward, maybe. If you've got 20 minutes and you want a physical guy in there. I'm sorry, but I don't know when people are going to start listening to me. I'm not saying these things for no reason. Belali and Baghdad shouldn't be here. Especially Belali. He shouldn't be here. But no, it's ridiculous why he's still here. I'm sorry, I'm not having it. And don't tell me Mahrez shouldn't be playing when you saw what he did and you saw what Algeria did when he was off. Please. Haj Musa did absolutely nothing. Mahrez made or scored all of the goals today. That's why he's the captain. So please respect Riyad, who will now play at 2 World Cups. He'll probably retire after this World Cup, let's be honest. But I'm just got to get it off my chest before we start the celebrations. You cannot tell me that Mahrez shouldn't play. You can't tell me that Petkovic is a bad coach. And you cannot tell me that Belali should be here. He stunk it. He stunk it. But yes, we won 3-0. You see the starting lineup with Guendouzi in goal. I wanted Zidane to play. I understand we've got to qualify. Zidane surely starts against Uganda. He has to. But Guendouzi had nothing to do. Even in a game like this, we surely weren't going to concede. We've got a debut for Belgali. But again, how do you assess a debut against Somalia? It's only going to be tougher opponents from here with respect. I think Belgali did okay. He got forward a lot of times. He was working very hard. You could see he wanted to try and score. He was pushing up so much. He was going box to box. I'd like to see him play against a tougher opponent, but certainly he didn't put a foot wrong. So, looks like a great addition, Rafik Belgali. Very happy to have him here. Obviously, Mandy and Ben Sebaini, you cannot get more solid than that at the back. They probably had more of the ball than anyone else, the amount of times they were passing it to each other. Left back, Hajem, assured, confident. Very happy with him. He done very well indeed. So, yeah, no complaints there. And midfield, pretty predictable. Badawi, Bentaleb and Shaibi. Shaibi, of course, he could have scored. He hit the bar. He was involved in one of the goals with the assist to Riyad Mahrez. And Badawi as well. Badawi obviously came off injured, so I don't know if he'll play the next game. Interestingly, we made 5 subs. A lot of midfielders came off and we didn't see Zorogan. And I think maybe he's going to save him for the next game. But you know what my thoughts on Zorogan. We don't need to go into that. When Benassa, Awar are fit, they'll be here in the squad, that's for sure. Abdelli as well should be too. I don't think it was a good game for Bentaleb. I thought Badawi was playing everywhere. He was playing Cam at one point. He was playing centre-back at one point. He was everywhere. No wonder he couldn't run at the end. Shaibi I was happy with. I like Shaibi and I think he's having a really good season at Frankfurt. He's a player that could grow into this team. And then the front three, 2 of them were great, 1 not so much. Amora, may well get the top scorer in the whole qualification campaign. I think him, Bouanga and Salah are going for that. Mahrez, man of the match, he ran the show. He done more in 60 minutes than a lot of players did in the whole game. 1 goal, 2 assists. He was at his best, and that's why I thought before the game he's really going to want to be the difference maker in securing the World Cup spot. Baghdad, an absolute stinker, but even when Guiri came on, I didn't see Guiri do too much either. Would it really hurt to see an Amin Shiaka come on at this point? That's what I don't understand. All about Baghdad. He's 34 next month. We know he misses chances. He's a 1 in 4 goal scorer. Is that what we need up top? I'm not so sure. And when you put Amora on the left, you limit what he does down the middle. But of course, Guiri will probably take that spot next summer at the World Cup. Subs come on. Mazza nearly scored. I like Mazza. He looked good when he come on. Hajimoussa, Belali and Guiri. Hajimoussa and Belali were woeful. I mean, remember we're playing respected. We're playing Somalia. You know, I'm not expecting miracles, but at least a goal or an assist, please. If you're not going to do it against them, when are you going to do it? Now, next game, Ait-Nouri and Mazza, I want to see starting. We've qualified now. You don't need to play Mahrez. You can play Ait-Nouri next game. You can play Mazza in the next game, but please stop playing Yusuf Belali or we're going to fall out. Me and Petkovic are on good terms now. You know, I backed him. He delivered the World Cup. He's rewarded my faith in him. But you've got to stop bringing Belali just because of peer pressure, right? He's crap. He can't be playing no more. It has to stop. If you're not going to bring Ben Rama, don't bring Belali. Because honestly, it's getting on my nerves. Shocking again. Yeah, and then obviously Boudaoui came off at the end. But how attacking was Algeria's team that was left on the pitch? He could have brought Zorgan on. There were practically no central midfielders left. By the end of the game, you had Shaibi on there, you had Mazza on there, and you had Benzia on there. There were no out-and-out centre mids on the pitch. And that says a lot about the opposition. But the fact of the matter is, Algeria have got to the World Cup. It doesn't matter how. It's getting there. You see Cameroon, what happened last time. You'd rather have just made it and played really badly than played amazingly and not made it. So, and obviously Belali also cost that qualification, didn't he? It's ridiculous. Yeah, anyway, I've given him too much airtime. We're at World Cup, you know, really good, really excited. Got to build a team now. Now, the AFCON's a lot closer. We've got to build a team for next summer. That team at the World Cup won't do a lot. Now, obviously, in the World Cup now, you can come third in the group and go through because it's 48 teams. Algeria will be in pot 3. We know that. A couple of friendlies in November, but there'll be more about preparation for the AFCON than the World Cup. I think Petkovic is going to have a difficult AFCON because of the way the group is. Even if we get out of the group, which we should, we're probably going to play Senegal or Congo in the last 16. That's not going to be an easy game for any coach. But yeah, very happy overall that we've qualified. It looked ropey at one point, didn't it, when we lost to Guinea and then we go 1-0 down at Uganda in the fourth game. It looked like it could be potential for a huge disaster, but we've managed to sort that out. And I'm just hoping that we get some good games. I don't want to go to the World Cup and play Bolivia and these sorts of teams and I don't know, Norway and then go out. It's a bit boring. I'd rather go out to a big team like Brazil and you get the chance to play Brazil, but more on that later. Algeria have qualified, so we should be very happy. Lots of positives. Mahrez, Amora, Shaibi, Belgali, Mandi Ben Sebaini, Hadjem. I mean, I can't say much about the goalie. I would have played Zidane. Lucas Zidane's got to play the next game. But the bottom line is, Algeria are at the World Cup. Happy days. Very, very delighted about that. It's got to settle in. It's been a long time, 12 years, just the fifth time. 82, 86, 2010, 2014, 2026. Who's going to play both World Cups? Mahrez, Mandi, Bentala, probably. If Rice came back, probably would. Probably, I don't know. I can't see many others of the old guard coming back into that team. But yeah, absolutely delighted. We've got 4 North Africans at the World Cup. They're the confirmed 4 as well. Morocco, Tunisia, Egypt, Algeria. Could have had Libya maybe as well if they didn't throw that away. But it'd be interesting to see. So North Africa have done their bit. Sub-Saharan Africa will now try and seal the rest of the 5 places. And we look forward to Algeria being at the World Cup. December the 5th will be the World Cup draw. So build up to that will be much closer to the time. But it's job done. And Algeria are on the plane to USA, Mexico and Canada. So let me know your thoughts down below. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.